Hello guys and welcome back to my channel again. Thanks for tuning in. I hope all of you are doing well during this lockdown time. घर पे रहिए, बाहर मत निकलिए. Let's be safe as much as possible. And with that, there's one important thing that I wanted to discuss about, and that is to keep our vehicles in a running state. As we are not using our vehicles, as we are following lockdown, so our vehicles are unused. And उनको चालू रखना बहुत important है. If you keep it untouched for a very long time, the battery might discharge and you might not be able to start the vehicle. So I recommend everyone to at least start the vehicle once a week for 10 to 20 minutes. If possible, just move it around in your parking area just so that everything remains in a running state. And apart from that, there is one thing that many of you might be facing, and that is a discharged battery, and you are not able to start your vehicle because it just won't start because the battery is dead or it is too low to start. So today I'm going to show you on 3 different bikes how we can start them if the battery is very low and it is not starting. So make sure you follow all the instructions that I provide. It should be easy at your end to start your vehicle. Without wasting any more time, let's go downstairs and start each vehicle one by one.
The first type of bike जिसको हम start करने की कोशिश करेंगे, it's a Yamaha Gladiator, and it comes with a 125cc engine. It's a carbureted fed engine, 125cc 4-stroke. The first step you should do is first switch on the petrol knob, because carburetors do have this. So we'll put in the key, and I will just try to simulate a vehicle not having sufficient battery power to start. So आप ये समझ लीजिए कि आपका सेल्फ स्टार्टर काम नहीं कर रहा है. So in that case, these bikes are equipped with kick starters, so we can just use that lever to start. So निकाल लेते हैं उसको बाहर, और चोक को ऑपरेट करूँगा मैं थोड़ा सा. And do not crack open the throttle when you try to kick the bike. So keep it closed, and you can just twist it maybe 5 to 10%. And while you are trying to kick the bike, you'll just give very mild throttle if needed. And before you go ahead and kick the bike, just give 2 or 3 free movements to the engine, so the engine gets rotated and the lubrication is into place. So let's get started. So that kick immediately started the bike, and this bike is started after almost a week. And once the engine is stable, I can actually switch on the choke, and I'll just operate the throttle to keep the RPM a little stable if it's not idling well. The next type of bike that we're going to start is a Fazer FI. So this is a fuel injected bike, and it doesn't come with a kickstarter, as you can see. So there is no kickstarter on the motorcycle, and the only way to start this kind of a motorcycle would be to either have jumper cables and directly connect that to the battery and charge up the battery to the level where you can crank it, or we can also try to start it by the push mechanism or the push start method. So I'll just show you how to do the push start method. So guys, you can already see that the voltage shows as 11.6, which clearly tells us that the battery is discharged. So if I try to crank it, you can see that it doesn't really start, and the speedometer console gets reset. So to start this kind of a motorcycle which is in this state, what we will do is we'll shift to the second gear, not the first, the second gear. I'm holding the clutch right now. I'll be pushing the bike to about 5 kmph and dump the clutch. There you go, and hold the clutch back again so it doesn't run away from you. So let me show you once again. Okay, so I'll repeat the process for you. Make sure the kill switch is not off. Hold the clutch. The bike is already in the second gear, so I'm pushing it to about 5 kmph. Dump the clutch and hold it back, and it starts again. Alright, so the next type of motorcycle would be a bigger bike. So this is my Vstrom 650. It has a 650cc V-twin engine. Why I'm mentioning this is because the bigger the engine, the bigger are the pistons, the bigger is the compression, and the harder it becomes to break the compression. So in the last two bikes, one had a Kickstarter, it was easy to start. The other did not have one, it was easy to push start. But for bikes of this size, or I must say this engine size, it becomes really difficult to start because the compression is very high, and just applying the push mechanism or the push method might not work. So I'll show you the steps to start a motorcycle of this size if the battery is low and it is not cranking up. So guys, the right hand thumb rule of starting a bigger motorcycle is you would need a hand of another person. So if the battery is too low and it is not cranking, you alone cannot start this bike unless you have a slope. So you would need another person to push it to about 10 to 15 kmph. And once you are at 10 to 15 kmph, I'll just simulate it for you. Switch it back on again. I am about 16, I am in the second gear, and that's how you start it. So that's how you start it. So I jump on the seat and I pop the clutch at the same time, thereby not losing the traction. At the same time, we're in the second gear and we'll just pop the clutch hard. It has to be a simultaneous movement, so you drop the clutch and hit the seat at the same time. This way your bike starts easily. So you might have seen the MotoGP riders do this when their motorcycles stall, because they run even higher compression ratios. But yeah, that technique works on these bigger bikes as well. So I'll simulate it once again for you. Alright guys, so another way of starting would be if you have a slope of this sort which goes downwards. So gravity will do the job for you when you don't have anyone else around you. So I will just demonstrate that for you right now. So switch on the kill switch, I turn on the key. Remember, we are always doing everything in the second gear. So let me just get to the slope first. Okay, my front wheel is already in the slope, it's already pulling me down. So I'll just plonk in the second gear and let it roll till about at least 10 kmph. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. There you go. And the bike starts.
Thank you guys for following around and watching this video. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something new that will help you keep your vehicles healthy during this lockdown period. So yeah, start your vehicles at least once a week for 10 to 20 minutes, let it idle, or just ride or drive around your parking area to keep the battery health healthy. So having said that, this brings us to the end of the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, drop down a comment and I will answer your questions. And if you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing. So इसी के साथ इस वीडियो को खत्म करते हैं. Thanks for watching guys. So stay home, stay safe and take care. Bye bye.